Hi Earth signs, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm starting a reading for the second half of November for Taurus. Taurus, you're the first of the Earth signs that I'm going to read for, and I'm starting early with uploading this because the 14th is the full moon this month, and I wanted you to have it before then. So let's see what the second half of November brings for you, Taurus. Oh, first, this is the Initiatory Tarot of the Golden Dawn. I'll show you that after I lay it. Then I have my Sibila cards and the runes I'll cast to crown the reading. Someone has a lot on their plate. I'm going to show you the cards now. The first card is the entrance card in the first row is the Eight of Pentacles. The High Priestess. Then the Eight of Wands. Focus card at the top, so this is two. These are two eights. The Death card, which is also the 8 major arcana. So there's 21. 8 times 3 is 20. Wait, 8 times 3 is 24. So that is an 8. Again, 2 plus 4 is 6. That's a 6. 8. You know, this is quite interesting, these 3 8s all together. Let me continue. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is the Fool card. The Nine of Swords. The other focus card is the Judgment card right under the Eight of Wands. The Three of Pentacles. And the Two of Swords. You know, I stopped short there when I saw the Death card after those 2 8s. And it's something that is occurring, and it's at a level of your financial world, your livelihood, your work that is going to occur right at this second half of November. This is going to affect you in a way that it can play out different ways. It could be a complete change of a job. All right, this is the most likely occurrence, but the Eight of Wands does talk about to romance and passion, but I see this as a passion for you changing. Now, there's just a moment. My computer is asking me things here. And what I'm seeing is that the Page of Pentacles does come in with an offer for you, and you're very, very curious about that. And even though you have your feet on the ground and you're thinking, okay, the job that I have has served me well for some time, and it is, even though it's not the best, it has given me what I really need, and it's bringing me luck. You know, I feel secure where I am. But the other offer is quite interesting. And the ace, the Fool card here does talk of a new, being proposed a new beginning, complete new beginning. And this Nine of Swords does tell you how you're reacting, and you're almost not able to think about it or talk about it to anyone, because you're thinking to yourself, I would be a fool if I didn't take, if I did take it, because what I have, the job that I have now is a great job. And right next to this Judgment card is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles with the Two of Swords talks about a decision that you have to make about a job, because the job that you are being offered is something that you are an expert in. It's your expertise. And however, there's part of that job that is unstable, in the sense that, let's say that you'll be offered a job that, and you'll only be making a commission, or you'll be offered a partnership with another person, and it's an area that you are an expert in. But the problem is that the business, we don't know how the business is going to go. But since it's a job that you truly love, and the idea, just the idea of you working with someone, a partner, a friend, you know that you will make it work out. This is what's going through your mind, and this is a very interesting. This is something that will be playing out in the month of the second half of November. I'm trying to find the right light here, and it's quite interesting for me to see, because right in the center there is this Eight of Wands and the Judgment card. And what they do talk about them both together is that your decision hinges on the fact that, one, if it goes well, you can go right into a phase of your life where you can purchase a home, you can go and live with your loved one, you can make a life-changing decision. But at the same time, you're weighing it, you're putting it on a scale, because at the same time, you're seeing that your stability in what you're doing now is just not enough. It's just not good enough. It's not offering you the possibility to make any type of plan. So you're very torn between these two things. Very, very torn. Let's see if the Sibila give us any kind of background as to what you should do, or what you can do, or what you may do. I'm going to first go to the Eight of Pentacles there. Yes, it is talking about your current position. It's talking about your current position, that you are tempted to leave by that snake. You're tempted to leave. And here we have this lightness of being, la leggerezza, the artist of you, well, the intellect in you that is weighing all of the options. But this falsità, and falsità is lies, but in the sense of mirroring the leggerezza, what will give you a newfound freedom from the chains of working for someone else, a possible partnership with someone, with your own business, is also the fact, is also that which gives you most cause for concern, because it is potentially unstable in your mind. Okay, I'm going to the High Priestess right next to that Eight of Pentacles to see what it can tell us. Okay. Yeah, you are going to, this is Speranza, Hope, Messaggero, the Messenger, and Giovane Fanciulla, the Virgin of the deck. You are truly hoping that the newness of the idea, the new offer, is something that you will be taking up, because 60% of you is saying it's time to do that. Now, I'm going to take the Vera Sibila on this Eight of Pentacles, this Eight of Wands, right over that, over the Judgment card. Yes, it does talk. It does speak to you pondering the fact that if the job went well, if the partnership went well, you could actually marry the person you are with. You can move in with somebody. You could even court somebody. You could go after someone, because you will have the necessary funds to be able to go to the next level. I'm going to now go over to the Page of Pentacles here. I have omaggio di preziosi, the gifts, malinconia, melancholy, and militare, the military. And this is over the offer. And the offer does come in the form of a gift. And here you are, the melancholy talks about a job that you're an expert in that you have not been able to do. And it coming back reminds you of that moment. And the offer is it's not far-fetched. It's not that it's far-fetched, but it's something that will have the potential to destabilize because you just have found a bit of stability, but you're tempted by that with that snake on the Eight of Pentacles. I'm going to go now to the Two of Swords, this decision here at the end, the outgoing card. And what do I have? I have the House, Casa, and the sospiri, the sighing, and the vedovo, you are afraid that if you don't take this up, that opportunity is never going to come, opportunity knocks once. This is what you're thinking. Let me take the runes now and see what they have to add. All right. Okay, now, there is what you're feeling is that there is an underlying need for transformation. And the transformation is precisely in the realm of work underneath the card here. In the realm of work, but basically, and this is highlighting, this is right over the Eight of Wands, the transformation, the transformative nature, the Death card is all to do with your unwavering desire to take your relationship. You want to move out of your parents' home. You want to live on your own. You want to leave your spouse. You want freedom from something. And this opportunity affords you that, even just the breath of it, the smell of it, the taste of potential freedom. Now, there are two runes here. There is Berkana, Bjork, Merkstave, and there's also Tyr Merkstave, and they are both pointing. Tyr is actually pointing to Denaro, this safe, this institution, the idea of getting more serious with the person that you're with. But at the same time, it talks about the difficulty that the new position it's as if it's telling you can take one step forward, but you're going to take two steps back, because there'll be a period where you will not be on solid ground enough to take it one step further. And I also have here 30 sats, and it's on its back, two pointing to Denaro, which is the taking it one step, one up to the next level with the freedom that you want with your loved one, or the freedom to break away from your home, your family, and the freedom to be on your own. You're aiming toward freedom. Well, 30 Sats is here to tell us that, yes, that is the issue in your life now, Taurus. This is an opportunity for you. What will you do? And the spread is not giving you a response. It's just highlighting the nature of the importance of that decision, and not to take it lightly. It's quite interesting to see, though, that the Two of Swords decision making is a decision that has to do with you having freedom from your present residence, from your present location, from your present relationship, from your present home. You're breaking away from a family, perhaps. You're breaking away from if you're a child, you're breaking away and getting on your own. But the ambiguity of this sospiri here, it's about time. And flanked by this vedovo, this widower, is leaving you with some doubt as to which way to go. So I'm leaving you with that doubt, Taurus, and I hope in some way that's given you some guidance. Namaste, Taurus friends, until we see and read together again. Bye-bye. Hi, Virgo. This is Christelle Martinette, and you're the second Earth sign that I'm reading for. And I have here with me the Initiatory Tarot of the Golden Dawn that I'll use first. They were they were mixed prior to this. There was pre-shuffling, but I like to do it on camera. And I also have the Virasibila that I'll be using to highlight these, and the runes to cast as to crown the reading. Let's see what the second half of November holds in store, starting with the 14th, the new moon on the 14th, till the end of the month. Let's see. Well, both rows here start with nines, very lovely nines. But the message here is talking about something else, despite the abundance that you may have. Let me show you. The Nine of Pentacles, this Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Cups. Lovely card. Look how beautiful that is. The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Justice card, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, I have an underlying dissatisfaction here with your overall situation. You know, it seems as if you have many things to be thankful for. Okay, many of you have, are tasting the winds, are smelling the abundance that is surrounding you in many respects, and it doesn't necessarily have to be only financial, but the abundance in the love that is surrounding you, your family life. And your friends, your close friends and relatives that are with you. You know, I'm getting that. And however, in both rows here, in both ways, there is an underlying dissatisfaction with what is going on or not going on in your life. And so much so that you're about to break, you're about to do something rash, you're about to do something that you have wanted perhaps to do for a long time, and we'll get to the nature of that, what that is. But it has to do with a bond, all right? It has to do with a bond of love. It could be a bond of love in your romance life. It could be a bond of love with friendship. It could be a bond of love with relatives. But it has to do with that. These two focus cards talk about that. There was dissatisfaction with a bond that already existed or that didn't bond at all, but there is dissatisfaction. That's very clear here. And it didn't, let's say, develop as you would have liked, and you're still carrying the weight of that memory. But here I see that I'm getting an evil streak, and I have to tell you, all right, it's almost an evil streak that I'm seeing. If I could, I would want that person to pay. It's as if this is the nature of what's going through your mind. How dare he or she? How could they? Here I was investing so much into the friendship, into the love life, into this, and I thought that. So there's this be careful about that, Virgo. There's this underlying not evil, but a streak that's crossing your soul, that is trying to just to grapple with why, and so it's almost turning into an evil streak. So you want to be careful with that. And the Ace of Wands is telling you to use your energy in a more profitable way, and you do, the outgoing guard tells us. So let's put aside our legal battles that we need not wage in this roller coaster that is life. And perhaps there are other ways that we can feel we have spent our energies or have made amends with ourselves more than anything else. Because this is what it seems, that the underlying happiness here that you feel, despite, again, I want to say, the love that you do have around you, your family, your friends, and the work that seems to be successful. Despite that, there's this rancore. Not what is it in English? There's this a regret, this negative sense of something, that how something developed in the past that you just cannot accept. There's something that you just cannot accept, and it may turn bitter. It could be bitter and twisted. Okay, so be careful about that. I'm going to take the Vida Sibilla here to see what they could tell us about this bond, the Three of Wands, and what was the problem there. Yeah, well, basically, there's the jealousy card, Gelosia, Vedovo, the widower, and Denaro. Basically, the relationship did not go to the next level. It stopped, and your feelings about that is what you're carrying forward. That is what occurred there. I'm going to take this Queen of Swords. I'd like to see what that is saying to me. Again, we have the widower there, and this trio starts with the death card, Morte, Mercante, and Amatrice, loved, a female lover. Excuse me. Now, the message that I'm seeing here is that the end of that, what I just mentioned, the end of that relationship, or the non-beginning, has brought you to a place where you've left that behind and concentrated solely on your activity. And I'm going to take a look at the Justice card. It's mirroring this Queen of Swords. Okay, and the Justice card. This is the Sacerdote, the priest, Ammalato, the ill one, and Stanza, the room. Whereas this room talks of communication coming in the near future, if it hasn't come in already, from a person who is single, the communication, if it is received, is not communication that will please you. That's one. And why I say this, because over the house, I'm calling this a house of justice, these three cards are telling us it seems that this is karma at work. So you need to reassess what your actions were, not the thoughts, what your actions were with respect to that person. I'm going to take, or persons, I'm going to take the Sibilla over the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Yes, the Queen of Cups. All right, now, the lack of a bond, superbia, the vanity, dispiacere, and with tears, sadness, and speranza, hope. Vanity goeth before pride goeth before a fall. And it seems that the Queen of Cups, the energy, the desire to be in a position of a Queen of Cups, has not gone to your favor. And however, the hope is still there. The hope is still there. Just let me take the Neapolitan cards over that, because I want to see that hope where it is directed. It is directed at trying, this is the Seven of Swords, the Four of Cups, and this Three of Swords, and this is the double Four of Cups here. What is it telling us? It's telling us that the hope of not, twofold, the hope of not being in a trap or bringing yourself to be in that trap, because there's a part self-blame here. It seems that there is self-blame, but there is still such profound heartache involved with that person, that incident. I'm going to take the last card, the Ace of Wands. Okay, the Ace of Wands. The viaggio, the trip, the male lover, the amante, and the donna di servizio. So this is where our hopes are lying, that we will be in a position once again to have the flame, the Ace of Wands, burn for us in the form of passion. And that is the outgoing card. So you come to the end of the month, Virgo, with the notion that passion will burn again for you, that the winds of passion will influence you again. I'm going to take the runes and cast them now. Well, look how lovely this is. Right in the middle of these two focus cards, there's success, and that is in store. Those winds will be blowing your way. I do have, however, Fehu, which is Merkstave here. And Fehu does talk of, we could say, infertility. It says success that doesn't come to us directly. But what it does talk of here over Denaro is the fact that it's not in the near future. There is not a formal bond. There is not an institutionalized bond, a marriage. Okay, that is not in the cards now, in the near future. But there is the idea of finding your home again, what it means for you to come home, what it means to you, because it's this situation seems to have caused a spiritual crisis, and I have Ansus here, Merkstave, and it's over the Three of Swords here, and it tells me that this is has brought you so down that you barely talk to anyone about it. You don't want to even discuss it, even to yourself. You're not bringing that up to yourself. And I've got here a bright stave, and that's telling us that you are moving on. Okay, you're as soon as you find your notion of home once again. What does it mean for me to be home? Where is my home? You will be moving on, and the idea is to move on. So this is a sort of message to persevere in that sense, and not fall prey to that bitter and twisted side to the story that may cause you, that you may bring out. I hope this was of help to you, Virgo. Until we read together again, bye-bye, namaste. Hi, Capricorn. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with a reading for the second half of November for you, starting with the full moon on the 14th. And I wanted to get it out early so this could in some way help you with this second half of November. And I have here, first I'm going to open the tarot, and I have the initiatory tarot of the Golden Dawn. I'll show you the cards after I lay them. I have my Vera Sibilla deck here to highlight those cards and that spread. And I also have runes to cast to crown the reading. Let's see what's in store for you, Capricorn. I've pre-shuffled these, but I like to shuffle on camera when I record. Let's see what's in store for you, Capricorn. Oh, it's interesting. Look, there are 10 cards. Let me show you the cards first. This is the Knight of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Chariot, one of our focus cards, the Chariot, the Tower card right next to that, the King of Swords, outgoing card on the first row, entrance card on the second row, the strength card. Let me show you that better. Strength card. The Seven of Cups. Ah, there you go. The Seven of Cups. Where can I see that best? Okay. Then I have another focus card right under the Chariot is the Lover's card. Next to that, I have the Fool card. And the outgoing card is the Queen of Wands. Now, out of the 10 cards, there are 4 major arcana, 2 over each other: the Chariot, the Tower, the Lovers, and the Fool. Definitely there is something that's going on concerning your romance life, your emotional life, choices that you're going to make with regards to a person. A person. The King of Swords is next to that. There's also this strength card that enters to tell us that there's safety in numbers, there's strength in numbers, the Seven of Cups right next to that. If you take a look at this, I hope you could see that. There are 6 cups, 7 cups, and in the middle there is a cup with a head, and at the top there's a cup with a skull cap, almost as if there's this expression in Italian that says l'imbarazzo della scelta, meaning that you have so many choices that there is embarrassment in choosing. And this is the case for the cups, for your emotions, because it seems that whereas the skull cap represents someone who is passing from the present position, from their position of prominence with you, to another person who is coming in that person's stead. So this is what I'm reading. I'm reading that you're coming out with this Nine of Wands. You're coming out of a period of quite difficulty with regards to your emotions. And things are changing with this Two of Pentacles. But, again, I hate to throw in these Italian expressions. There's a tutto cambia perché niente cambi, or vice versa. Everything needs to change so nothing changes. The Chariot as a focus card. The Chariot is, oftentimes we talk of it as a card of movement, but the Chariot also represents 2 horses of 2 different colors that move in different directions, and that causes a standstill. And this is what I'm seeing you as. It's a standstill because you're in the midst of a transition, and which is highlighted by the Tower card right next to that. Another person has come into your life, swept you off your feet. I would like to say that. And I'm going to say that. But there was not that much sweeping to do. You willingly went, But this sweeping is supposed to be, after all of the damage is done, then we sweep it up, We have to clean up our mess. Well, what is going on with you, Capricorn? It has to be said that you're working, you're worked, and you've worked. You've worked, you're working, you have worked, and I can conjugate that into all of the grammar, the future, the past. Your work, Capricorn. All right, now, even if you're not working, in your mind, you're churning and thinking and planning your next job, all right? That puts you in a position of strength, and the strength card is there, because what happens when you are able to open many, many doors and have all of those choices? The power of choice gives you the power of many doors that can open, gives you a freedom. Choice allows us to be free and make choices. The more choices we have, the greater freedom we have. And this is how you think, right? I'm echoing what I'm seeing here in the cards. But we're compounded again. The Lover's cards, the Lover's card brings another choice up to you. And it is an emotional choice that you have to. And it's a new beginning for you. I mean, this second half of November is as if you are undergoing, you're facing things that in a different way with respect to how you dealt with them in the past, in a different way with how you deal with men or women, in a different way with regards to how you consider the relationships in your life and how you would like to go and develop a relationship. You're going through a lot of changes that way. But then the first thing I'm going to look at is this Queen of Wands, this fire energy that is in your spread, and of course we could say that many of you may have fire in your chart, and I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not talking about that, but I won't be talking about that. For me, this is an energy nonetheless, and my first clarification will go to this Queen of Wands to see exactly what it stands for here in your spread, Capricorn. And what do I have? I've got this male enemy, the nemico, il messaggero, the messenger, and the vedovo. And it almost it seems that similar to the Seven of Cups, where we saw the head and the skull cap, there is a person leaving the scene. This person and this person mirror each other. They are leaving the scene. And it is through this Queen of Wands, this passionate energy, the messenger is through fire. It's as if, you know that there is a decision on your plate. It's almost as if you're weighing the options. You're putting them on a scale between passion and stability. Passion and stability. Passion, crazy passion, and everyone would agree that stability is not a bad thing. But if we talk about passions, then we're most likely to have more of a discussion, an open-ended discussion, because what is passion? If we could also say that for stability, but stability means black on white, the ability to know what you're going to be doing from day to day. Not very many surprises, all right? However, passion is born of something that comes in at the moment, the right time, at the right place. You're not banking on it. And that's how it happened in the past. And so, we're here in this position of trying to understand, what do I have to do with this person? Out of the deck just flew out this card. As I took them in my hands, Imeneo, which is the nuptial dance, which is the engagement here. And I'm going to put it at the top, on top of my crystals here, on my gems. And let's see. And what you really would like to do is just that, have the stability with that man of passion. But it seems that it's just not good enough. It's not viable because, you are put up before a choice here. I'm going to look at that choice, the Lover's card, and it is pensiero, thought, omaggio di preziosi, and amore, love. Gifts, thought, gifts, love. And this is what you're really after. Okay, you're really after someone who knows how to deal with you, who can appreciate you for what you are and who you are, but you're after the passion. You really are after that passion. It's as if, I'm getting here, it's as if you yourself know that you can afford yourself this stability that you need. What you want and what you can't do yourself is bring in that passion. And you are, it's almost as if you're thinking, let me put an ad in the paper. I want to write. I want a man who will fire my passions. I'm not interested in somebody to cover my expenses because I can take care of that. I want somebody to cover my passions, feed my every passion. Now, it's interesting, and it's interesting to see, but it's a battle between, there's that chariot that's moving back and forth and standing still, but you're called upon to make a choice, the Tower, the Lovers. In tutto cognizione, in cognizione di causa, fully aware of what you are, what the choice is all about. I'm going to take these runes because I'm describing a situation that seems to be almost sad, but it's life. It's lively. I see that you're very passionate, and your thoughts are so alive, and we have to remember that. And alive they will remain. It's not going to be a smooth travel here. It's not going to be a smooth journey for you to go. The second half of November is really characterized by the tower. We have Tyr that is pointing right to the tarot. It's tower. It's pointing to the tower, and it's Merkstave. And however, it's also pointing to Ingvats, which is the measure of success. Almost as if the runes are telling you, look, Capricorn, I'm going to shake you up. It's going to be that shaking up that will bring you ultimately home and to where you have to be. All right, that's what they're saying to you. The King of Swords, this energy that has come in, this whirlwind energy that has come in in a moment for two reasons. They've come in to make you think about yourself and who you are and what you really want. That's one. And they've come in to get you moving. No more stability, ladies and gentlemen, Capricorn friends. We've got to live. Life is dynamic equilibrium. We want dynamic equilibrium for you as well, Capricorn, they're saying. Now, Lagas has fallen over, Merkstave has fallen over the Seven of Cups, and it is that choice. It is that incoming someone and outgoing someone that is going to destabilize you because you were just getting ready, you were just getting used to everything is fine. Everything is fine. Even if I just live alone forever in my life, that would be fine. And then in comes this energy of challenge. It's a challenge to you. It's an emotional challenge. And the change, the Two of Pentacles, is what is ultimately going to bring you Sohilo, success. That is the message of this spread. And these runes, Capricorn, I hope this was of help for you. Namaste until we read together again. Bye bye.